The difference between literary devices in fiction and nonfiction. Literary devices are used for different purposes in fiction and nonfiction. In fiction, such as a short story, a literary device helps the reader better understand the story, but also enhances the reader's aesthetic experience. In other words, a literary device, such as a passage of description focused on a dog, tells you that the dog is important to your understanding of the story. But that same passage is also a source of great pleasure. The reader can immerse themselves in the small details as if gazing at a beautiful painting. Here's an example of a passage of description from Mark Haddon's book, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I like dogs. You always know what a dog is thinking. It has 4 moods: happy, sad, cross, and concentrating. Also, dogs are faithful, and they do not tell lies because they cannot talk. In nonfiction, such as a newspaper article, a literary device helps the reader better understand the article, but it also serves to convince the reader of the author's argument. For example, consider this descriptive passage from Roger Ebert's review of The Human Centipede 2. The film is reprehensible, dismaying, ugly, artless, and an affront to any notion of human decency. We don't only learn that Roger Ebert hated the film, but how much he hated it, as made clear by the scathing string of adjectives: reprehensible, dismaying, ugly, artless. Just to review, literary devices in fiction help the reader understand the story and enhance the reader's aesthetic experience, while literary devices in nonfiction help the reader understand the essay, and these literary devices try to convince the reader of an argument. When you write an essay on a piece of fiction, you describe how literary devices help the reader understand the story in relation to your chosen main idea. But when you write an essay on a piece of nonfiction, you describe how literary devices try to convince the reader of the author's main argument. And that's the difference between literary devices in fiction and nonfiction.